In this class, I'm explaining about viewChild. By using of viewChild, we are moving the information one component to another component. Our root component to child component, our parent component to child component. So in this my program, I created one component. That component name is an child. Okay. Now inside of my child class, whatever the child component is there, on the child component, now I am declaring one property. Inside of this child component, I declare one property. That property name is a child property, and the child property I am writing the data. I am child property value. Okay, so now whatever the data inside of my child property data is there, the data I want to change whenever the user click on button. That button it is there in our app.component.change, whatever the root parent, whatever the parent component template is there, and the parent component template is the button is there. But when the button clicked that user, I want to change the information of your child component, whatever the child component parent child component property is there, the child component property value we are changing. Just observe. Now I want to display this one by using of interpolation. We are using an inside of your, you can take any paragraph or directly you can write. You can, here I am taking the one paragraph tag, and that paragraph tag I am writing the, by using of interpolation, whatever the property name is, that property name we need to write within two curly braces. Now the property name I written here. Next, so now I want to invoke of this component. We need to write here inside of your app.component data file. We need to call our selector, right? So here selector is an app child. Go to here, write down of your app child. Okay. Next, in this program, I'm taking the one button. Inside of my app.component.html file, I'm taking the one file. That button, here I'm writing the click. Inside of my button, I'm writing the click. Click is equal to, here I'm calling on one button. Already I explained that event binding. Click me. So here write down of your method name inside of your parent component. Here my parent component is an app.component.tsy. Inside of my parent component, I need to create of one method. Click me. Just create one method. That method name is in click me. Here I am writing. Now whatever the information is there, that information I want to change. So here we are using an viewChild. First thing we need to import of our viewChild. Just write down at the red symbol and write down your viewChild. Okay, whatever the reason of viewChild. Inside of viewChild, okay, you need to pass the two parameters. Just observe here. We need to pass two parameters. Okay, one is an class name and one is an your static child. So whatever the child name you want to write. So here our component name is what? Inside of your component name is an class name child component. Write down that child component name here. Okay, inside of child component, second parameter you need to write of your static, either true or false. So whenever you are writing the static is an false. So we are changing the information. So we need to write an false. Next, write down of your reference name of your viewChild. So here I am writing the reference name of viewChild is an child reference. I am writing as an child reference. So here what is the type? The child reference type is an child component. close of your child component. Now whatever the child reference is there, the child reference properties I want to change here, that the user click and button. So inside of child reference, what is the property name given? Child property. I given the property name is an child property. Just control, if you can control plus also again whatever the properties or whatever the methods you declared inside of your child component, so the properties are displayed here. Okay, now the user clicked on button. Now I want to change the information. I am changing the child property value. Okay, I am changing the child property value. Just save here. Go to your, here also need to save. So whatever the method name I given inside of my parent, that method name I need to write here. Click me is the name. So write down your click me. So here whenever calling the method, that time we need a parenthesis also. Okay, save. After that, next write down of your first just compile of your code. We are using the command ng serve hyphen hyphen open. It is open in your directly in browser. One more time I'm explaining this. Listen guys. First thing, okay, first thing, in previous class I explained only one property. As of now you want to change the multiple properties values inside of your component. Whatever the child component, here we have two components. One is a parent component and child component, right? So now inside of my child component I declared the true properties. Okay, I declared the true properties. But now whatever the data is there inside of my child component data, I want to change from my parent component. Okay, for example, inside of my parent component I created one method, and that method the user, whenever the method is invoked, at that time I want to change the information. Okay, so at that time we are using a multiple values. Either you can change one property or two properties or three properties, your choice. You can changing whenever the user clicking on button, at that time it is a changing. Okay, here we are getting an error. Child component addition, child component ng model, fix it. Ng model. Okay, so now I want to change the this data, the user click on button. So whatever that is changing the data. So like that you can change any number of properties, any number of values inside of your child component. So now we want to call the child class methods also, it will invoked. So that is the importance of viewChild. So just write down of your viewChild, whatever the component, just write down your properties. For example, you want to change the one more properties or multiple properties you are writing, so just write down of multiple properties. You can take one more property also, it is work. Okay, same property 2 I am writing here, and write down of here, go to your app dot component dot ts file. Here you need inside of that method, whenever the action click on button, at that time you are changing the information, right? So just change here child ref, whatever the reference name you given, that reference name dot, okay, child property 2 I want to change. Okay, here I am changing the, hey dude, I am changing the information at the child class. Okay, inside of child component I am not call that second property. So just taking the one more paragraph tag, and that paragraph tag I am taking the child property 2 I am taken, right? So here also I need to save, inside of child component property also I need to save. Here also I need to save. Okay, app dot component dot asp child property is not there. Okay, inside of child property name we are not given, right? Go to there, here app dot component dot ts file. Okay, now the code compiled successfully. Now the two values are displayed. Just I am clicked here, right? I due changing the information from a child class. That is the thing by using of viewChild.